So we used to use the data that our region supplied us for rate increases, and then for some reason our region quit doing that, and I would just basically use our database of current customers that we would just do requoting. And I like to call our requote process selective requoting.
Okay.
And so what we would do is we would X date based off of when claims were going to fall off, when someone was aging to the perfect age. So we selectively requote based off of coming up, like our company would be 100% clean, their company would still be dirty. 2 weeks from now, we might not have the best price, but right now we have the best price before their renewal comes up, right? So when we can time that 100% perfectly, we're going to win.
Yeah. And then,
that's awesome.
But then also it is a numbers game. So to get too narrow and targeted may be counterproductive because you're in the 0.25 to 1% open rate now with mail, right?
Way less than that. I mean, yeah, I mean, you're looking at, I'm seeing about 0.6% that we're actually getting open rate.
Okay.
Or response rate, more so than open rate. So when you're looking at that numbers, I don't focus on, color or anything on the mail piece. I just do black and white, keep the cost as low as possible, and try to double my output instead of spending a ton of money on the actual mailer.
Yeah. But you went all in. You bought the equipment. You bought I mean, it's awesome. Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I also think about it as like, man, if I stop this, I have all the equipment here, and if I stop mail, where am I at, right? And yeah. I think about it all the time. It's like, hey, what happens when the direct mail dries up?
It already did.
Yeah. I mean, you think about it, but maybe the direct mail is the new internet 3.0, so,
yeah,
because, everybody's buying live transfers, right? Everybody's doing data leads and telemarketing, or, a lot of people are. So what really works? And I looked at it from the standpoint too of if I had 3 or 4 people just dialing that were licensed and they make $200 a day or $300 a day, what am I really paying them to do? Right. I'm paying someone $20, $25 an hour, $30 an hour, whatever it ends up being, to dial a phone number. And hopefully get somebody on the phone.
We were just talking about that on this webinar we just did. And it's like, it's having the right places or the right people in the right places paying the right amount for their value, right?
Exactly.
Yep. Having somebody make $15 an hour to make cold calls is the absolute wrong spot. And in addition, you're burning out a $15 an hour asset, right? Because our staff are our most expensive asset, and it costs, I mean, just the $15 an hour is one thing, but what about all of the training costs associated with interviewing, your time spent, the whole thing, right? It's tens of thousands of dollars. You do not put them on there when there's an alternative, that you can get them for very, very less expensive than that.
Exactly. Yeah. And so you look at it from that standpoint too, is that, your work environment. So a lot of people want to come work for me. True story. I recently, last week and a half, I get a text message from a lady that left me. She's having her own issues, needed to work from home 2 or 3 days. I don't offer work from home. I have one individual that works from home. I personally work from home. I know the challenges that happen, and I want you to be at the office. So she called me and said, hey, can I come back to work for you? She said, the job I took isn't what they, told me. I'm making $200 a day. I said, I'm sorry, I just don't have that opportunity right now. If something changes, I'd love for you to come back.